Hello, and today is still November 17th, still Monday, and welcome to Enjoy the Movies, where I put up my 2 cents about movies. Now, I was thinking about maybe doing these other movies another day, but I have a little bit of time now, and the movies are still fresh in my head, so I might as well do it. Anyway, so, bunch of movies to watch this weekend, tons of them. So, definitely gotta get this done, because I want to get it off my plate. So, anyway, that's so I can watch more movies, and I don't have to remember what's going on about the movies I just watched. So, okay, movies I want to talk... Well, big movies that I watched this weekend. I called over my buddy Sam, and he and I ended up watching a couple of these movies. But, anyway, so movies I want to talk about today are 88 Minutes, August, Go-Getter, Run Fat Boy Run, and Talk to Me. Okay, so... let's just start with 88 Minutes. Now, this is a thriller suspense movie, stars Al Pacino, and he is this psychological analyst or whatever those people do. I'm not even sure what he does. Forensic psychiatrist. That's what he is. He's a forensic psychiatrist. And pretty much his job is to reconstruct a crime scene in order to determine whether a person or people did what the evidence points to, or what accused. Anyway, it's pretty much they use them as like professional evidence, their testimony based on whatever they've learned in the field of psychology, psychiatry, and everything else about that stuff. So anyway, that's the basis. The rest of the movie is pretty much Al Pacino being threatened for his life. Now, they start this off as kind of like a nonchalant, oh hey, he gets a phone call, you have 88 minutes to live, tick-tock-tock. And if you ever see the trailer, you hear tick-tock-tock a lot throughout the entire movie. Now, the premise of this movie is somebody is trying to kill him, and you don't know who, but they're giving him 88 minutes to live. And this planning is kind of ridiculously crazy because everything's almost like spot on, and I would almost say that this movie is probably the closest thing to a mystery movie that you get, because Al Pacino is trying to find out who the killer is, because the killer that he thinks is behind it is actually already behind bars. But the problem is he thinks that the killer behind bars is collaborating with somebody else on the outside so that they can get stuff done to him because he's on the outside. And yeah. So, 88 Minutes. Overall, I enjoyed it. I thought that the movie was entertaining, but I had a lot of technical issues with this movie. There's several plot discontinuities, so as you're watching, you might see, things, left side or the right side, or you might see, oh, this thing happened to this object, oh, hey, why isn't that object like that, like you expect? And, they're just kind of small things, but, I mean, that really bothered me, especially for a movie with Al Pacino in it. I'm not sure. I think this is probably a Hollywood movie, so I'm not gonna bash it too much. But that's what you expect nowadays. I really want more thriller suspense movies that are of higher quality. Like, I've been disappointed with some of the ones lately. Like there's this one. There was what was that? Untraceable. I hated that one. I thought that was terrible. Anyway, so I digress. So 88 Minutes. A lot of good action scenes. The story itself actually wasn't bad either, but I also thought that some of the acting was really bad. Al Pacino does a great job. His character, he's in there, the entire time. He's got a bunch of lines that Al Pacino says in Al Pacino's way, so that's great. But everybody else was, most of them were somewhat lacking. Maybe with the exception of one of the characters, but I'm not going to indicate who that is because it might give away who the killer is. So, anyway. 88 Minutes. I liked it, thought it was okay, had a lot of technical problems with it. Pacing was a little bit slow. The movie itself was longer than 88 minutes, because I guess they had to give the little leeway for the beginning where the 88 minutes hasn't started yet, so then cut to the 88 minutes, yada yada yada, so there you go. But anyway, oh, and it kind of goes a little bit after that. I also have a few misgivings on how this movie ends. Not really story-wise, but like cinematographically-wise. It is, I'm just like, is that it? I kind of wanted a little bit more than that. Anyway, so that's 88 minutes. I'd say it's okay. I enjoyed it. It's entertaining, but it's not really that great otherwise. So, and especially now that I've seen it, and that kind of takes away from the thriller suspense aspect of it. So, anyway, 88 minutes. Alright, next movie I want to talk about is August. Now this movie stars Josh Hartnett and a bunch of other people. Basically, he is the owner of this company that he made himself. It's about, I think, late 1990s. Oh, no, it is... Oh, shortly after 9/11. And, yeah, it takes place during August of 2001, so... No, it's just before 9/11. And pretty much stock goes down, and you know, .com companies and other companies such as theirs is struggling to keep afloat, and it's just going to get worse. But they don't know that yet because it's still August in the movie. But first, I don't know, maybe half of the movie is utterly boring. Nothing happens. You pretty much just get the setup, which I think if done well, you could have done in maybe 15 minutes. So definitely could have saved some time there. And that in itself, the movie isn't really even a long movie, so I kind of have a few misgivings about how they did that. After a little bit, they definitely start to develop some characters. They develop the main character as this cocky, you know, snobbish, kind of really proud person. You know, that's Josh Hartnett's character. And he's got a brother. They kind of are in the company together and kind of started up just the two of them. And he doesn't have a great relationship with his parents, which, you know, they develop that a little bit. And for the most part, it's, I mean, it's a technically well-done film. The acting was great. You know, cinematography was really great. Excuse me, I've never had any formal cinema training, so I don't know what these vocabulary words are, but I'm trying to use them anyway. Alright, needless to say, August was just plain dull and boring. The only part that I feel that was actually decent was the end of the movie, and it's not even exciting. Like, it's very anticlimactic, but it's very, it does the story justice, I feel. And the thing about this movie is because I had to stop watching it about halfway through because I got so bored. It's so slow. Nothing happens. Just a drama, you know, and the stuff that does happen is all, like, economy. So if you're, like, an economist or you're really into economy movies, like, you know, I want to say Boiler Room, except that even I was entertained by Boiler Room, despite the fact that, you know, not much really happens in that movie, but a lot really does happen in that movie, and in this one, not so much. So I want to actually give August a thumbs down. It was well done, but it just didn't quite have what it takes to entertain, which is really why I'm watching movies. Like, I want to watch movies because I enjoy them, because they entertain me. So in that respect, 88 Minutes did better than it, but I would probably say between the two, August is the technically better movie. But I didn't enjoy it really at all, so yeah, I'm going to say August, thumbs down, so don't watch it unless you really, really want to.